I'm sitting at my desk in my small apartment in Chicago, the glow of my laptop screen the only light in the room, the air smelling faintly of the lavender candle I lit earlier, my hands hovering over the keyboard as I tweak a logo design, my heart racing with a mix of hope and nerves. My name's Sophia, I'm 34, a graphic designer who's been freelancing for years, and I've been dreaming of a job as an art director at Pinnacle Creative, a prestigious agency in the Loop, for as long as I can remember. The job posting went up last week, and I've been working on my portfolio nonstop. This is my chance, a mantra I've repeated to myself, a dream I've held onto, a goal I've worked toward. My apartment is cluttered, with sketchbooks on the coffee table, a half-empty mug of coffee on the counter, and a mood board pinned to the wall, a reminder of the creativity I've poured into my work, the passion I've given to my craft, the future I've imagined. My best friend Renata, 33, has been my biggest cheerleader, or so I thought. We met in college, bonding over late-night design projects and cheap coffee. Her "you're going to be a star," Sophia, a constant encouragement, a support I relied on, a friendship I cherished. She's a graphic designer too, but she's always been more confident, more polished, her portfolio full of sleek corporate designs while mine leans into bold, colorful illustrations. We've always shared everything, our dreams, our fears, our successes, and when I told her about the Pinnacle job, her "you've got this," Sophia, felt genuine, her hug warm, her smile bright, a moment that made me feel unstoppable, a moment I trusted. I remember one night in our sophomore year, sitting on the floor of our dorm room, surrounded by empty pizza boxes and sketchpads. Her "we're going to make it big," Sophia, together, a promise I believed, a promise I held on to, a promise I thought would last forever. We spend hours talking about our dreams, her sleek corporate campaigns and my vibrant illustrations, a perfect balance, a perfect friendship, a perfect future, or so I thought. Tonight, I'm putting the final touches on my application, my fingers shaky as I attach my portfolio, my mind racing with thoughts of what this job could mean: a steady paycheck, a corner office, a chance to lead a team, a future I've always wanted. I text Renata to tell her I'm about to submit my "I'm so nervous, wish me luck," a message I expect her to reply to with her usual enthusiasm. But her response is short, her "good luck." A bit too curt, a bit too cold, a bit too unlike her. I brush it off, my "she's probably just busy," a way to calm myself, a way to focus, a way to keep going. I hit send on the application, my heart pounding, I did it, a whisper to myself, a moment of pride, a moment of hope. I lean back in my chair, the creak of the wood loud in the quiet room, my hands trembling with a mix of excitement and fear, my mind already imagining the interview, the office, the team I'd lead, the life I'd build if I got this job. The next day, I'm at a coffee shop in Wicker Park, the air smelling of espresso, the tables crowded with laptops and notebooks, my hands wrapped around a latte as I scroll through my phone, waiting for Renata to meet me. She walks in, her black coat sleek, her hair in a neat bun, her "hey, Sophia," a bit too cheerful, a bit too forced, a bit too strange. We sit down and I start talking about the Pinnacle job. I submitted my application last night. I'm so excited, a burst of energy, a burst of joy. But her face changes, her smile fading, her eyes darting away, her "that's great, Sophia," a lie I can feel, a lie I can see, a lie I can't ignore. I frown, my "what's wrong, Renata?" A question I need to ask, a question I dread, a question I can't avoid. She hesitates, her hands playing with her coffee cup. I actually applied for the Pinnacle job too, a confession that hits me like a punch, a betrayal that stings, a truth that breaks me. My heart sinks, my "what? Why didn't you tell me?" A mix of shock and hurt, my voice shaky, my chest tight. She looks down, "I didn't think I'd get it, Sophia. I just wanted to try," a weak excuse, a weak defense, a weak lie. I feel my throat tighten, "but you knew how much this meant to me," Renata, a plea for an explanation, a plea for understanding, a plea for the truth. She sighs, "I know, but I've been struggling too, Sophia. I needed this, a justification I can't accept, a justification I can't forgive, a justification I can't believe." I sit there, the noise of the coffee shop fading, the chatter of other customers a distant hum, my latte growing cold, my hands gripping the table, my mind racing with the betrayal, the hurt, the anger, the realization that the one person I trusted most, the one person I thought would always have my back, chose herself over me, chose her ambition over our friendship, chose to break my heart. I feel a lump in my throat, my eyes burning with unshed tears, my hands trembling as I try to process her words, the weight of her betrayal pressing down on me, the realization that our friendship might never be the same, the fear that I've lost her, the anger that she didn't care enough to be honest with me. I leave the coffee shop in a daze, the cold Chicago wind biting at my face, my scarf loose around my neck, my boots crunching on the sidewalk, my mind racing with anger and betrayal, my heart heavy with the realization that my best friend went behind my back. My best friend chose herself, my best friend broke my trust. I walk home, the streets busy with people heading to work, the sound of car horns and footsteps a blur, my thoughts stuck on Renata's words. Her "I needed this" echoing in my head, her betrayal a weight I can't shake, a pain I can't ignore, a wound I can't heal. I get home and collapse on my couch, the cushions worn, the throw blanket tangled, my phone buzzing with a text from Renata. "I'm sorry, Sophia." A message I can't respond to, a message I can't accept, a message I can't forgive. I open my laptop, my hands trembling as I check my email, hopping for a response from Pinnacle, hopping for good news, hopping for a chance. But there's nothing, just spam and a bill reminder, a silence that feels like rejection, a silence that feels like failure, a silence that feels like loss. That night I can't sleep, my mind stuck on Renata's betrayal, my thoughts spiraling with what-ifs and whys, my heart aching with the pain of her choice, the pain of her lie, the pain of her selfishness. I think about all the times we supported each other, the late nights we spent working on projects, the dreams we shared, the laughter we had, and I wonder how she could do this to me, how she could throw it all away, how she could hurt me like this. I decide to check her social media, my maybe she's feeling guilty, a faint hope, a faint wish, a faint dream. But what I find is worse. Her Instagram story shows a screenshot of an email from Pinnacle, her so excited to join the team as art director. A caption that makes my blood run cold, a caption that makes my stomach drop, a caption that makes my world shatter. She got the job I wanted, the job I dreamed of, the job I worked for. I feel tears burn my eyes, my hands shaking as I scroll through her posts, my anger growing, my hurt deepening, my betrayal complete. It's a rainy Tuesday afternoon, and I'm at Renata's apartment in Lincoln Park, the air smelling of her vanilla diffuser, the living room tidy with a white couch, a glass coffee table, and a shelf of design books, my hands holding a bottle of wine I brought as an excuse, my heart racing with a mix of guilt and determination, my mind set on finding the truth. I told Renata I wanted to talk things out. I just want to understand. Renata, a half-truth, a half-lie, a half-plan. She let me in, her "I'm glad you came," Sophia, a forced smile, a forced warmth, a forced friendship. But I'm not here to make up. I'm here to dig, to search, to uncover what she's hiding, what she's done, what she said. I sit on the couch, the cushions soft under me, the wine bottle on the table, my hands clasped in my lap, my eyes darting around the room, my mind racing with memories of all the times we've been here together, laughing over design ideas, sharing bottles of wine, planning our futures. I remember one night about a year ago when we stayed up until 2 a.m., her "You're the best friend I've ever had," Sophia, a confession that made me feel so loved, so valued, so safe. A confession that now feels like a lie, a confession that now stings, a confession that now fuels my anger. I think about how much I trusted her, how much I believed in her, how much I thought she believed in me, and I feel a wave of hurt, a wave of betrayal, a wave of resolve. I tell myself I need to know the truth. She can't get away with this, a thought I cling to, a thought I need, a thought I question, my heart torn between the friend I loved and the enemy she's become. She's in the kitchen, pouring the wine, her "I'll be right back" a chance I take, a chance I need, a chance I seize. I wait until I hear the clink of glasses, my eyes scanning the room, my hands shaky as I spot her laptop on the coffee table, the screen dark, the lid slightly open, a temptation I can't resist, a temptation I can't ignore, a temptation I can't fight. I glance toward the kitchen, my heart pounding, my "I have to know" a whisper to myself, a justification to myself, a push to myself. I hesitate for a moment, my fingers hovering over the laptop, my mind racing with the consequences, the ethics, the guilt of what I'm about to do, the realization that I'm crossing a line, that I'm breaking her trust just as she broke mine, that I'm becoming someone I don't want to be. I think about the years of friendship, the secrets we've shared, the promises we've made, and I wonder if I'm doing the right thing, if I'm letting my anger cloud my judgment, if I'm about to make a mistake I can't undo. But the hurt is too raw, the betrayal too fresh, the need for truth too strong, and I push the guilt aside, my anger taking over, my resolve hardening, my decision made. I open the laptop, the screen lighting up, the password field a barrier I know I can break. Her password has been Renata Designs 123, for years, a detail I remember, a detail I use, a detail I exploit. I type it in, my fingers trembling, my breath short, my guilt growing, my needs stronger. The laptop unlocks and I go straight to her email, my hands moving fast, my eyes scanning for anything about Pinnacle, anything about the job, anything about me. I find a thread with the hearing manager, a woman named Claire, the subject line art director position. A thread that makes my stomach twist, a thread that makes my blood boil, a thread that makes my heart break. I open it, my eyes racing over the words, my anger building with every line, my betrayal deepening with every sentence, my pain growing with every word. Renata wrote, Sophia applied too, but honestly her portfolio isn't up to par, too whimsical, not professional enough for Pinnacle. Claire replied, thanks for the heads up, we'll prioritize your application. I feel my throat tighten, my hands clenching into fists, my tears burning as I read Renata's next message. Sophia's not ready for this role, she'd be a liability. A lie that cuts deep, a lie that hurts, a lie that destroys. I sit there, the rain tapping on the window, the vanilla scent in the air, the laptop screen glowing, my heart breaking all over again, my mind reeling with the realization that Renata didn't just apply behind my back. She actively sabotaged me. She mocked my work. She made sure I'd fail. I hear Renata's footsteps, my heart racing as I close the laptop, my hands shaking as I wipe my eyes. I can't let her see me like this, a desperate thought, a desperate plan, a desperate need. She comes back with 2 glasses of wine, her "Here you go, Sophia," a fake kindness, a fake friendship, a fake concern. I force a smile, my thanks, Renata, a lie I have to tell, a lie I have to sell, a lie I have to live. We sit on the couch, the wine bitter in my mouth, the air heavy with tension, my mind stuck on what I read, my heart stuck on what she did, my anger stuck on what she said. I make small talk, my "how's the new job going?" A way to test her, a way to watch her, a way to wait. She beams, her "it's amazing, Sophia." I'm already leading a campaign, a boast that makes me sick, a boast that makes me angry, a boast that makes me vengeful. I leave her apartment an hour later. The rain soaking my jacket, my umbrella forgotten, my boots splashing in puddles, my mind racing with what I found, my heart racing with what I'll do, my anger racing with what I'll say. I get home and sit at my desk, the lavender candle burned out, the room dark, my laptop open as I stare at the blank screen, my thoughts a mess of hurt and rage, my feelings a mess of betrayal and revenge, my plan a mess of right and wrong. I think about Renata's words, not up to par, not professional enough. A liability, words that echo in my head, words that sting my heart, words that fuel my fire. I think about all the times I supported her, all the times I cheered for her, all the times I trusted her, and I feel a wave of fury, a wave of pain, a wave of resolve. I know something else about Renata, something she's kept hidden, something I've known for years but never thought I'd use. A secret that could ruin her, a secret that could hurt her, a secret that could destroy her. She faked her college diploma, a lie she told to get her first design job, a lie she's built her career on, a lie I've kept for her, a lie I've protected for her, a lie I've buried for her. But now, with her betrayal fresh in my mind, with her words burning in my heart, with her success stolen from my dreams, I decide to use it, to expose it, to weaponize it. I tell myself it's justice. My "she deserves this," a mantra I repeat, a mantra I believe, a mantra I need. But deep down, I know it's revenge, a choice I'm making, a choice I'll regret, a choice I'll pay for. It's a chilly Thursday morning, and I'm standing outside Pinnacle Creative's office in the Loop, the glass building towering above me, the Chicago skyline gray and cold, my hands clutching a manila envelope, my heart pounding with a mix of fear and fury, my mind set on what I'm about to do. The envelope contains proof of Renata's fake diploma, a screenshot of an email she sent me years ago. I can't believe I got away with faking my degree. A confession I saved, a confession I kept, a confession I'm now using. I've also included a printed copy of her LinkedIn profile, her BFA in graphic design, a lie I'm exposing, a lie I'm revealing, a lie I'm destroying. I tell myself I'm doing this for justice. She can't get away with this, a justification I cling to, a justification I need, a justification I question. I stand there for a moment, the wind whipping through my hair, my scarf flapping against my coat, my hands trembling as I look up at the building, the glass reflecting the gray sky, the weight of what I'm about to do pressing down on me, the realization that this is a point of no return, that this will change everything, that this might destroy more than just Renata's career. I think about the job, the one I dreamed of, the one I worked for, the one I lost, and I feel a surge of anger, a surge of hurt, a surge of determination. I think about Renata's words in the email, her not up to par, her a liability, and I feel the sting of her betrayal all over again, the pain of her mockery, the fury of her sabotage. I tell myself I have to do this. She doesn't deserve that job, a thought I hold on to, a thought I need, a thought I question, my heart torn between justice and revenge, between right and wrong, between the friend I loved and the enemy she's become. I walk into the lobby, the marble floor shining, the receptionist's desk sleek, the air smelling of expensive perfume, my boots squeaking on the floor, my coat damp from the drizzle outside, my hands trembling as I approach the desk. The receptionist, a young woman with a tight bun, looks up. Can I help you? A question I'm ready to answer, a question I'm dreading, a question I'm facing. I take a deep breath. I need to speak with Claire, the hearing manager. It's about Renata, the new art director, a statement that makes her raise an eyebrow, a statement that makes her pause, a statement that makes her nod. She picks up the phone, her one moment, please, a delay I can't stand, a delay I can't handle, a delay I can't escape. I wait, my heart racing, my hands sweating, my mind racing with what I'll say, what I'll do, what I'll feel, my thoughts spiraling with the consequences, the guilt, the satisfaction, the fear of what comes next, the realization that I'm about to ruin someone's life, the realization that I might ruin my own. Claire comes down a few minutes later, her heels clicking on the marble, her blazer sharp, you wanted to see me? A question I'm ready for, a question I'm terrified of, a question I'm answering. I hand her the envelope. This is about Renata. She lied about her qualifications, a truth I'm revealing, a truth I'm exposing, a truth I'm using. Claire frowns, what do you mean? A question I expected, a question I prepared for, a question I'm answering. I explain, my voice shaky. She faked her diploma. I have proof. A statement that makes her eyes widen, a statement that makes her pause, a statement that makes her take the envelope. She opens it, her eyes scanning the papers, her face hardening, this is serious MS? A prompt I fill, my Sophia. I'm a designer too. I applied for the same role, a detail I share, a detail I regret, a detail I reveal. Claire nods, we'll look into this immediately. Thank you for bringing it to our attention. A response I expected, a response I wanted, a response I feared. I leave the building, the cold air hitting my face, my scarf tight around my neck, my hands empty, my heart heavy, my mind a mess of relief and guilt, my actions a mess of right and wrong, my choice a mess of justice and revenge. I walk to a nearby park. The benches wet, the trees bare, the wind sharp, my hands in my pockets as I sit down, my thoughts spiraling with what I've done, my feelings spiraling with what I've lost, my future spiraling with what I've risked. I think about Renata, her face when she finds out, her career crumbling, her life falling apart, and I feel a mix of satisfaction and shame, a mix of victory and regret, a mix of justice and cruelty, my heart torn between the friend I once loved and the enemy I've made her. I wonder what this will mean for me, for my career, for my reputation, the realization that I might have just burned every bridge I had, the fear that I've made myself unhireable, the dread that I've ruined my own future in my quest to ruin hers. The next day, I get a call from Claire, her voice cold. We've investigated your claims, and Renata has been let go. Her qualifications were indeed falsified. A confirmation I wanted, a confirmation I needed, a confirmation I dread. I feel a rush of satisfaction, she got what she deserved, a thought I cling to, a thought I believe, a thought I question. But Claire keeps going, however, Sophia, we were disappointed by your approach. Using personal information to sabotage a colleague is unprofessional, and we can't consider you for the art director role. A rejection that hits me hard, a rejection that stings, a rejection that breaks me. I stammer, but she lied. She stole the job from me, a defense I try, a defense I fail, a defense I lose. Claire sighs, that may be true, but your actions reflect poorly on your judgment. We need leaders we can trust, a truth I can't argue, a truth I can't accept, a truth I can't escape. I hang up, my hands shaking, my tears falling, my heart sinking, my victory hollow, my revenge empty, my dream gone. I sit on my couch, the room dark, the silence heavy, my thoughts spiraling with what I've lost, the job I'll never have, the reputation I've ruined, the realization that I've hurt myself as much as I've hurt Renata, the realization that I've made a mistake, the realization that I can't take it back. I think about Renata, her career ruined, her reputation destroyed, her future uncertain, and I feel a mix of guilt and justification, a mix of regret and righteousness, a mix of loss and gain. I think about the job, the one I wanted, the one I dreamed of, the one I lost, and I feel a wave of anger, a wave of sadness, a wave of despair. I think about what I've done, what I've lost, what I've gained, and I wonder if it was worth it, if I was right, if I was wrong. It's a snowy evening in February, and I'm sitting on the floor of my apartment in Chicago, the radiator humming, the air cold despite the heat, my hands holding a sketchbook I haven't touched in weeks, my eyes staring at the blank page, my heart heavy with the weight of what I've done, the weight of what I've lost, the weight of what I've become. The apartment feels emptier than ever, the mood board on the wall curling at the edges, the coffee mug on the counter stained, the silence deafening, a reminder of my isolation, a reminder of my choices, a reminder of my mistakes. It's been a month since Renata was fired, a month since Pinnacle rejected me, a month since I lost everything I thought I wanted, everything I thought I needed, everything I thought I deserved. My phone has been quiet, my inbox empty, my social media a ghost town, my friends distant, my family disappointed, my life hollow, my heart broken, my soul tired. Renata hasn't spoken to me since the scandal broke, her last text. How could you do this to me, Sophia? A message I can't answer, a message I can't face, a message I can't forget. My other friends, the ones I thought would understand, have pulled away. What you did was messed up, Sophia, a judgment I can't escape, a judgment I can't fight, a judgment I can't deny. I've tried reaching out, I just wanted to explain, a plea that falls on deaf ears, a plea that's ignored, a plea that's rejected, my isolation growing with every unanswered message, every ignored call, every silent day. I tried to keep working, my freelance gigs a lifeline I clung to, a lifeline I needed, a lifeline I lost. Clients started canceling. We heard about the Pinnacle drama. We can't work with you, a rejection that hurt, a rejection that stung, a rejection that broke me. I applied to other agencies, my portfolio updated, my cover letter polished, my hope fragile, but the responses were the same. We're sorry, but... A constant reminder of my failure, a constant reminder of my mistake, a constant reminder of my loss. I even tried reaching out to smaller studios. I just need a chance, a desperate plea, a desperate hope, a desperate dream. But the design community in Chicago is small, and word travels fast, my name now tied to scandal, my reputation now tied to betrayal, my career now tied to ruin. My reputation, the one I spent years building, the one I spent years nurturing, the one I spent years protecting, is gone, a casualty of my revenge, a casualty of my anger, a casualty of my choice. I think about the art director job, the one I dreamed of, the one I worked for, the one I lost, and I feel a wave of regret, a wave of sadness, a wave of despair. I walk to a small art gallery in Logan Square, the snow falling outside, the windows glowing with warm light, the air inside smelling of paint and wine, my hands in my pockets as I look at the designs on the walls, designs I could have made, designs I should have made, designs I'll never make. I see a piece that reminds me of Renata's style, sleek, corporate, polished, and I feel a pang of guilt, a pang of loss, a pang of memory. I think about our college days, the late nights we spent working on projects, the dreams we shared, the friendship we built, and I feel tears well up in my eyes. The realization that I've lost her forever, the realization that I've lost myself, the realization that I've lost everything. I remember a specific moment, a sunny afternoon in our senior year, when we sat on the quad, sketchbooks in our laps. Her will always have each other, Sophia, a promise that felt so real, a promise that felt so true, a promise that's now broken, a memory that now hurts, a memory that now haunts me. I think about all the times we celebrated each other's successes, the times we cried over each other's failures, the times we thought nothing could tear us apart, and I wonder how we got here, how I let this happen, how I let my anger destroy everything we had. I think about what I did, the envelope I handed to Claire, the secret I exposed, the career I ruined, and I wonder if it was worth it, if it made me feel better, if it made me happy. I tell myself it was justice, my she deserved it, a mantra I repeat, a mantra I cling to, a mantra I question. Renata lied, she betrayed me, she stole my dream, and I wanted her to pay, I wanted her to hurt, I wanted her to lose. But now, sitting here in the gallery, the snow falling outside, the designs on the walls a reminder of what I've lost, I realize that revenge didn't bring me happiness, didn't bring me peace, didn't bring me closure. It left me empty, it left me alone, it left me broken. I think about the person I've become, the person who used a friend's secret to destroy her, the person who let anger guide her, the person who lost sight of what really mattered, and I feel a wave of shame, a wave of regret, a wave of sorrow. The realization that I've hurt myself as much as I've hurt Renata, the realization that I've lost more than I've gained, the realization that I've made a mistake I can't undo. I wonder if I could have handled it differently, if I could have confronted her instead, if I could have walked away. My heart torn between the guilt of what I've done and the justification I still feel. The struggle between knowing I was wrong and believing she deserved it. But even as I recognize my mistake, even as I feel the weight of my guilt, even as I see the cost of my actions, I can't let go of my anger, my hurt, my justification. Renata took everything from me, my dream, my trust, my future, and I can't forgive her, I can't forget her, I can't let her win. I stand up, the gallery quiet, the snow piling up outside, the air cold against my skin, my heart heavy but my mind set, my future uncertain but my resolve firm, my pain deep but my anger deeper, my story unfinished but my regret real, my strength fading, my hope gone, my life a struggle. One day at a time, one breath at a time, my sorrow, my guilt, my loneliness, my shame, my collapse, my void, my torment.